Hi, Dav here, and today we have a new episode in the Art Review series, and today we'll be checking out the work of Noma.U here on X or Twitter. So I believe I found one of their pieces on, first of all, disclaimer, there is a lot of yaoi adjacent content here. Which is funny because even though it's kind of a touchy subject, they tend to have like some nice artwork, like yaoi, yuri, these types of genres. They do have a decent amount. Like not safe for work art in general tends to have the best art, but so I think a lot of their work so far, based on their like portfolio. I'm not going to zoom in on some of these just because I don't want to get demonetized, but the bulk of their work is like focused on these Gundam characters. I forgot the name. It's like G Cook something. That's a very long name. And I think I just like the very loose sort of sketching or drawing style. Reminds me a little bit of the work of what's her name? Luna. Let me just write her name down. Luna Doobles. I know a couple of or a couple more artists, but I forgot. I haven't done an art review yet. But they kind of have this style where the lines are like this, kind of thin, kind of loose. It has some variety in terms of thickness, very gestural, and then the way they color it is also somewhat sketchy, but it's not too complicated. And even though it's sketchy, it has a very sort of finished, or it's very presentable, right? It's not too like cluttered or messy. There's definitely some clarity in there. So in this case, it looks like, because I've seen this character too in the anime. I haven't seen the full show yet, some episodes only, but I believe these two may be in like an older version of these characters. They're more like in their 20s now or something. I do see a little bit of texture. It's like a splatter brush in some parts, and they have this brush as well that has a lot of texture, and alongside that they have like these splatter sort of things happening. So they do have some brush variety just to add a bit of something. Look at the way this highlight was done. It was done on top of the line work, right? The very opaque sort of strokes. So I don't think they're into like opacity or brushes that have a lot of opacity. I think they're very like bold with their colors, right? So it looks kind of vector-ish in a way sometimes, but so I think this is the guy also from the anime, right? Very opaque. You know what? I'm gonna mention maybe Atai, ATI 1225 something. Hopefully I'm right, because they're also into like character art. So it's at Noma.U Mona, right? Some flowers. And I think what they're trying to do is I think the guy's name, the one that's in red, I think is called Char or something, like Chad. But in the anime I think he's classified as dead. I'm not even sure. Like I've only seen like old sort of like past clips featured in the anime, so maybe he's actually like gone. I'm not even sure, but obviously the pose, the scene, the context is a bit racy, but there you go. Yeah, kind of hot. I like the edges. They're very sharp, very clean cut edges. No mix of brushes being used. Very like graphic in a way, like very bold, clean cut. And they're not afraid to show those black lines. Now for their line work, it's again, they do have some dynamicness, meaning in terms of like thickness. Some parts are, or some lines are thin, some lines are thicker. But it does get blended well with the colors, I think. Yeah, a lot of their brush strokes are just very opaque. So this one, I'm guessing it's the same guy, but in a maid dress. a classic in the anime community. But yeah, look at how interesting the pose is still. You know, I like this look where the lines, if it's like black or inked, like sometimes it shows through, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it's colored, like for example the knuckles of this like finger or these fingers. Like it sort of goes back and forth. Like this it appears, disappears, and sometimes it blends into the colors kind of underneath. I like it. It's sort of a happy medium between like painting all the way and doing like an inked piece, right? Interesting, kawaii. Yeah, I'm not doing on some of these. This one seems a lot safe. Is there another photo? Let me see. Okay. Is that a bite mark in his neck? Oh wow. Jeez. Okay, is this safe to do? I think it's somewhat safe. You know, maybe he fell and then he randomly fell in some guy's mouth. So the amount of cope. Look at that. I do like when people actually write their tags in the artwork. Because it's sad if I see artwork online, it doesn't even have like a tag. Like, how am I supposed to search you? And it's written in print and not in like cursive or in a personal. You can add your signature, guys, but make sure you add your actual tag. Because it's sad, you know, people want to find who you are, right? Again, we do see that noise sort of texture in some parts. Some kind of hatching brush, maybe. Like it's a cross hatching sort of brush. And then again, that noise sort of texture for like the gradient effects. You could have used like a simple soft brush, but I think, you know, adding some noise texture or like a splatter brush to achieve that look, I think it's a good alternative. Because most of it is flat anyway, so adding a bit of something, texture, can make it a lot more. You know, can add some teeth, make it more gritty. I like how you see this part of the nose. It's like a shadow, but it's way lighter, so maybe it's like under lighting or something. But it's definitely a good look. Come on. Oh wow. Right? The line work is just so confident to me. Oh wow, kinky. Easy. Let's slow the fuck down. So I'm guessing this one is like, yeah, I think that these two are members of they're all members of. I forgot the. It's not a cut. It's like Z something. I'm not really into or as knowledgeable into Gundam sort of lore, but they're the ones wearing green. And they have the mechs that have that one eye. I think the name of that mech is like Zaku or Zagu something. Some of you, oh wow, not that one. Some of you mentioned it in the in the comments. Oh wow, look at this guy, kinky. So clearly this guy, the left hand side looks more like a top, right hand side looks more like a bottom. If you don't know what that means, catch up. You gotta catch up. Is this a Gundam character? I'm not sure, but again, they have a very consistent sort of illustration style. They have like a flat brush that they use as their main painting brush, and with that, some special texture brushes, like this very soft noise brush. You can see it in the gradients mostly. We've seen like a cross hatching brush that's kind of 90 degrees, and then we have this. It's like a set of dots. Very nice. Oh wow. Look at that. I like how some parts glow. Like you will see some lines on the edges. Like it's a lot more color, more saturated colors. It really helps brighten up the. It just seems so like energetic, even if the pose itself is kind of. I mean, it's okay, but the colors make it look so attractive. So yeah, they do have a lot of saturation in their work. I like the shot. Very confident. You know, I do like the I watched the Hathaway Gundam film. It's so like cinematic, and even though you don't see a lot of Gundam fights, it feels a little more real. And the Gundams do feel like they have weight. And I think that's why a lot of people like it. It's very movie-esque as an anime. And I think it changed like the way Gundam is kind of seen. Like it in a way it feels a little more mature, right? I mean the subjects in Gundam I think are mostly mature, but the style, the execution of the animation, the visual look, I think it definitely boosted the Gundam world even more. Look, I like the line work here. Very loose, very gestural, very sort of it's very artistic. Like we're just dabbing in the lines. Very like it's just pro. It's pro level. I like how you draw the shadow, the contour, but you don't actually add the shadow. Some subsurface scattering. We see some oranges here, maybe. Right? And I like how even though it's very like you see multiple brushstrokes, but it doesn't seem cluttered. Right? It seems, you know, it's just enough. Right? Full signature over here. There you go. Wow, what's going on here? So he notices the guy, what's his name again? Char or something? The red guy says something interesting. And then they blush, or he blushes. Okay, so we have like a transformation here. This is more of this like grungy, messed up look, kind of unkept, and then this is more of the finished, presentable kind of look. Shaven, not all the way, but very like Tony Stark sort of look. And I like how you can show a little bit of age, right? And I think they did a good job of it's also the way they're very efficient. They're just very efficient with the brush strokes. Like they don't add too much. Like once they add like the main flat color, then they add some extra values for like the folds, maybe some wrinkles, some eyeshadow, but that's it. It's not too much. I like how the nose is simplified as well. And even the way that shadow is drawn, I like it. Let it load. You know what? Fuck it. We'll zoom in. What is happening here? Let me translate this post. Good job. Hey, you know, maybe this green guy is kind of stressed. You know, you gotta, you know, give him some head pats, right? I'm already thinking of something. But anyway. What the... Oh, you're as beautiful as the day I lost you. Wow, so emotional. Oh, it's based on this scene. From the... Oh yeah, the guy's name is Char. The red guy. Or the one with the red suit. Look at how the inside of that hand is kind of saturated. Very like pink red. And you will see even in the ear of this guy, right? Same thing for Char here. It's kind of orange on this side. Again, lots of saturation in their work. Wait, is he alive? I haven't seen the recent episodes because, you know, I'm busy. But maybe he is alive. Because I think he used to pilot, correct me if I'm wrong, the Red Gundam in the show. Oh, wow. So I'm guessing these two are like the more mature versions again. The guy, the chick in the back is the chick. she's sort of not a contrast to the other girl with the red head. What I do know is the redhead short hair girl kind of has a thing for this guy who's always like sweating for some reason in the show, and the way he breathes is like so sensual. And look at the just the line work, right? It's kind of sketchy, but it just looks right. It's perfect, right? I believe this was when she had to wear like a mask because she had to be like a placeholder for the other girl, but she found out that she can actually pilot the Gundam, right? Now this one seems a lot more painterly. I don't see a lot of, I mean, there's some line work, but it's not the normal like black ink. It has a little, it's kind of grayish, has a little more opacity, and this one is definitely a lot more painted. And they like the kind of hatching, like line darker sort of thing, where you add these like, yeah, they're very into that kind of thing. What's going on? Okay, now I get it. It seems a bit oh wow, this one's a lot more painted, more finished looking. I'm gonna power. Yeah, the line work is kind of hard to see now. Yeah, this one's more painted, definitely. A lot more serious in this piece. I want to see this black ink. Look at that. They're even using that soft noise brush or soft splatter brush for when they're using grayscale like flats. It's not just for the colored pieces. I think it's a good look. Again, you could use like a basic soft brush, but I think adding some or using like a noise splatter thingy is a great way to achieve gradients while at the same time having or adding some texture to your work. I like the inks. They're very sort of they're nice to look at. You know, there is an art to inking. I mean, yeah, is it fully like tight, the ink work? No. But the way it's placed, I think it's so just interesting. Oh, I would recommend maybe the work of the guy who did the framed ink book. Mateo something? Mateu-mestre? I'm forgetting the name. With that guy, I do like the way he does his inks. I've only really seen like the book, so that's what I'm basing my stuff on. But right, the ink work is so dynamic, and that adding that gray, it's just perfect. But I think that he's raising his shirt up. Oh wow. Come on. Baka. So this one I'm not sure if it's like Gundam still. So this one, it's still cool. It just looks so nice. Okay, so they are using Clip Studio Paint based on the UI, the user interface. Okay. Yeah, for these sketches, they're more mostly in grayscale, and they have a thing for that flat brush. Yeah, their sketch work, artwork in general looks so freaking cool. Oh, look at this. Yeah. Flat brush. Yep. So I will link this artist in the description below. Again, disclaimer, you may find things here that are a little racy, a little a little ooh, right? So be aware. But yeah, I will link this page in the description below, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, wait, fuck. Let me see this guy. So we're seeing a behind shot. Look at how efficient those strokes are. And again, those like really bright saturated greens. And those like orange bits in the face. And some yellows for the blonde. It's like a lime yellow green. It's like a happy medium between the blonde hair and the green suit. And the sort of going back or the disappearing and appearing of these like black lines or ink work. And when they do hatching, they do it in color, not with the inks, right? You will see these like zigzaggy parts in the body, just below the ear. Yeah, I like it. Yes, I will link this page in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Wait, let me just open this. Damn, why is it loading for so long? There you go. Come on. Oh. Slut. I'm kidding. Anyway, yeah, bye.